radio, radio.com. And it's the Rudecast.
Good morning, radio audience.
It's Sunday morning.
And the sun is shining. They said it might get up to 90 degrees.
And the day is August 8th, right?
That's right.
Today, let's say happy birthday to my man, George Ratney.
Yeah, George is.
It's the Rat Man. Okay, let me run down my August birthday. My man Jerome, his birthday was last week. My man Vincent, God rest in peace, his birthday was last week. My man Greg Williams, he's got people I grew up with. Birthday was yesterday.
Wow.
Today is Georgie's birthday.
Right.
Right. His son, one of his sons is later on this month.
For Julian?
Yep, one of them. I think he's a Julian or the other. Wow. One of them, right? My baby brother, God rest his soul, is August 24th.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot of birthdays.
My anniversary. That's your birthday?
No. I'd say that's a lot of birthdays.
Really? My anniversary. And Jalen's getting married on August 28th, which happens to be, now check this out, folks, the anniversary of the March on Washington, August 28th, 1965. Okay. And last but certainly
not,
that
was 1964.
64. Thank you.
MLK gave that
the most phenomenal speech.
And not only at that time, it was so many people in Washington, D.C. I think the president of the United States said he'd get up and leave. They were all around the mall. It was over a quarter of a million. They never had that many people in D.C. at one time.
Well, not only that, and last but not least, is my grandson's birthday. Sonny Boy will be 8 years old. Wow. Now, let me tell you about Sonny Boy. My sister, his mother sent me a video of him. They went to D.C.
That's the one that's involved
in Maryland, right? So they went to D.C. And I guess they were visiting the different monuments. So they had the monument of George Washington, and they had the monument.
That's what involved.
The monument of what's his name, Jefferson. So remember, this brother is 8. I need you to understand this audience. He's 8 years old. But if you knew who his grandparents are, me and my wife, and you know who his mom is, you understand his affinity for history. So the guy says to him, "Yeah, George Washington was the first president." Sonny Boy goes, "No, he wasn't. There was a president before George Washington. They just didn't call them president." And it was.
Right.
And then he said, "By the way, people talk about Thomas Jefferson. He wasn't a very good man. He owned enslaved people." As a matter of fact, he said Sally, and then Henning. He said Sally Henning.
Right.
And now he's 8. So the dude who's doing the tour goes, and I can see Khadijah in the background laughing. She's going, Dad, that's you, Dad. Dad, that's you. And I'm going, that's my genes. Because
at 8 years old.
But this is the thing I'm trying to explain to you. What they do to us is, it's really interesting. I've read this on Facebook someplace, Sony. When you take American history, that's a core curriculum. But when you take Black history, that's an elective. How do I take an elective to learn about myself? That's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's an elective. But when you take, you see,
wait a minute, Nick Brown.
That's why they have problems with critical race theory right now.
It's a term for that. They call it sanitizing history.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
So here's this little 8-year-old Black boy that I couldn't do this when I was 8. Talk to a white guy and say, "Hey, dude, your shit is definitely incorrect. This is the real deal right here. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what your people told you." But the fact of the matter that his mind can process and begin to understand, because this past year he was in freedom school.
Okay.
If anything about freedom schools, folks, I don't know.
I know all about.
Freedom schools all over the country.
Is that
but actually he did his out of Philly online.
Oh, beautiful.
Right? So if you know anything about freedom schools, they were started back, that's where the freedom riders.
Right.
Cheney, Gilman, and Schwerner when they got killed back in Philadelphia, Mississippi. They were starting to get schools to teach people how to vote and also how to read. Just listen. Right. The reason why white folks don't want you to know how to read, because you ask his son to see the deed. And you go, "Oh, no, I'm just a white guy. I don't like the numbers. It says 99 or 1%. I can't get 1%. And they give you the money back for the damn seeds too.
You working all day.
I gotta work and I gotta give you the seed money back. That sharecropping ain't sharing shit for me. It's calling you getting cropping because I'm not sharing anything.
That's what that reminds me one of the late presidents. They said he was a little slow on some things, sometimes a little dumb, but he wasn't stupid. Okay, I'm talking about Ronald Reagan.
So
he wasn't stupid.
But what I'm saying, the essence of not wanting people to learn how to read and write, to me, is incredible. Just think about that basic fact of how to learn, just how to get around. So if a black boy or girl is reading the Bible, you kicking their ass and burning their thumbs because they want to turn some pages and learn some shit. Like that's only reserved for white people. So to me, that's the most incredible thing about not wanting to deal with critical race theory. Not so much critical race theory, but it's the fact that, there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't want your dirty laundry aired, and it's still gonna get aired until this shit gets right.
You can't tell a lie and live a lie forever.
Yep.
There are thousands and thousands of examples throughout the history of humans on this planet Earth. You can't do it forever. And some people understand that. Just like that insurrection we had. That was terrorists. Them people trying to overthrow the government of the United States.
You know damn well they're trying to overthrow the government.
Well,
and if they could have done it, they would have done it.
That's what you call white superiority. I can't even
You ain't supremacy.
Well, yeah.
But forget that. How about this ignorant? Let's go with ignorant supremacy.
Okay.
Ignorant.
Right, okay. Vaccine effing lags in some city areas. Now, here I am reading about, and I'm just trying to figure out, and these areas are Black and Latino areas. I'm gonna talk to you, Black and Latino people, because obviously you don't have no fucking sense. And what I mean by this is, your parents had enough sense. Thank God that they were born before you were, to get you vaccinated to go to school.
You couldn't go to school.
Mr. Blunt, help me out now, because you're older than me, my brother. Go put that camera on Mr. Blunt. Tell it like it is, Mr. Blunt.
You could not go to school unless you had your chickenpox, smallpox, mumps, measles, what was that? Diphtheria. And you had to have a certificate to show the principal that you've been vaccinated before. And that was state law, okay? So what's the big brouhaha about taking a vaccination that can potentially save your life? But you know what the most interesting thing for me has been? People in Florida, the female governor of the state of Alabama.
She said that you called them ignorant.
Vaccinated people are
she called them ignorant. She called them ignorant.
Yeah, they're ignorant.
And then they got mad at her. She called them ignorant. I'm calling ignorant. You get mad at me. I don't give a shit. Get mad at my black ass.
Well,
but get mad at the toothless wonder, because I really don't care if you get mad. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because what you're doing is you're putting all of us at risk. That's exactly because of your ignorance and your inability to understand science. Sonny, turn that back over me.
My bad.
Understand science. It has endeared you to the most nonsensical group of people that I've ever seen. You're taking your cue from the My Pillow guy? What kind of shit is that? He makes pillows and mattresses.
Right.
He's good. Quite frankly, that's kind of comfortable. I've laid on one, yes. Stay in your lane, My Pillow guy. That's your shit. Make pillows.
All I can say is, don't take the vaccination and to die.
But I'm not letting you get an option to die. I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me. All you white folks that don't want to take the vaccination, particularly living in places like Florida,
Mississippi,
and Mississippi, also
and Texas,
Alabama and Texas. This is gonna happen. Y'all are worried about critical race theory. Don't be worried about that. Worry about the annihilation of your race. Because what's gonna happen is this. This is some deep shit, and I'm about to tell you. Now, I know y'all don't want to deal with this, but this is some deep science shit, right? You already see y'all getting picked off with the black apple. They knocking off these white girls. and all these brothers and sisters is mulatto. Look at Patrick Mahomes and all the way down the line. Now you're gonna come up with COVID for all you older white folks. COVID's gonna come up. You ain't taking the vaccine, you're dying. You're dying, which means people are gonna get ready to take over your land and your property. America, you guys call it manifest destiny.
Yeah, that's a wrong way.
I call it you asked out because you didn't want to take the vaccine. Okay, so or you ignorant ass black and Latino people, you die out with those ignorant ass white folks, and they're white people and black people on their dying bed saying, I wish I would have taken the vaccine. And I'm going, too little,
Too late.
too late.
But wait a minute.
So everybody is spending, especially your young people. I'm gonna tell you how life works. All you young people, right, Mr. Blunt? Say 35 or 40. You pay to the Social Security.
Yes, true.
And guess what? If your ass died,
You don't get
40, 50,
You get $250. Huh?
that's all you get is burying costs. And guess who gets to spend your shit? The toothless wonder and his partner. The toothless wonder, we get to spend your shit. Why? Because you checked out.
Right.
There's more money in the coffers. They split this shit up amongst the living. They split it up amongst the living.
I'm gonna tell you what an undertaker told me not too long ago. It's very, very busy because of the COVID. People are passing away. She said, I've never, out of all the services we've done, I've never seen anybody take a U-Haul truck and take something with them. You ain't gonna take nothing with you.
I'm telling you, she's so right, Mr. Blunt.
Yeah, right.
So at the end of the day, people, if you're listening to us, watching us, whatever case, I'm just saying, be practical. So here we are, the zip codes, including 14613, 14611, 14605, are below 50% of vaccine in the county. Also, I bet you them same people who got a high incidence of STD and all that other shit that come along with that. Because you could track that.
1466 is instant to go.
No, 14605,
05.
14613, and 14611.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. Also, there's that variant out there. Okay. Outside of the city, the regions, rural areas of Livingston County, Seneca. See, remember I tell you, ignorant ass black people and Puerto Ricans, dumb ass white people out of the sub and out of them rural areas. There ain't too many, but there's some of us out there. Let me take that back. Because we do be doing the migrant shit. So we're out there.
And some of them stay.
And they live there, right. So Seneca County, Wyoming County, and Livingston County also low. So what does that say? See, you yahoos, I swear, y'all, Mr. Blunt, I don't know what to do with people. It's a thing called for the good of the order. Now, as corny as that sounds, we all have individual rights. We talk about it. We do. You got the right for people not to come in your damn house, even if your door ain't locked. They can't come in your house. Do it, that's your door, right?
True.
So they got that right. But then there's a collective right that we all have as a community, which means we come together in unity. Okay,
They call that for the general welfare.
So we come together in unity. Because after I scold you guys, I got to give you the real deal here. We can wrap up how we're going to do with it. So you come together in unity. And then what that means is for the good of the order. We take vaccine. We don't cough on each other. Okay? We get physical. We don't. So when diseases come, and they're going to come, and they're going to mutate, we prepare ourselves, our bodies, our mind, and our soul. So as much as I believe in God and Holy Spirit, faith by works is dead. Okay? So you just can't believe that faith without works, I should say, is the quote. Excuse me. Faith without works. So you can have all the faith you want. But if you ain't working to get no damn vaccine, you'll be next to some of them pastors who talking that and they die. I'm just being honest.
True.
Okay?
Well, first of all, you're fortunate to live in a country like this
Very.
because the amount of knowledge and experience that the medical profession has developed over the years is unparalleled.
It's unprecedented.
Unprecedented. And let me give you a classical example. And this happened in my own family. My grandfather, my mother's father, was born in 1891. And he came down with they call it the Spanish flu back in the day. But it wasn't the Spanish flu. That came from the United States of America, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, when the then
But they blamed it on the damn Spanish people. Well, you always got to blame something.
No. Woodrow Wilson was president, and he didn't want to enter the war. He finally decided to enter the war in 1918. And them guys had been training out there.
Because we were neutrals. We were trying to be neutral.
Right, trying to be neutral. And the people were coming down sick, and it was an old country doctor out there. He couldn't figure out what it was. So he decided, well, my last remedy is give them some alcohol. Well, them guys were sick. Then they took that disease to trench warfare, World War I. All
over the globe.
The United States lost more people because of the Spanish flu, as they call it. They call it the Spanish flu. So both the king and the queen of Spain caught it and died. Okay, it was a European ball. Everybody didn't want to get back to my grandfather. He caught it in 1918. My mother was 4 years old, if my math is correct. And I talked to him about that because he lived to be about 74, 84, 85 because he died in 1975. Okay, 75 and 9, that's 84, right? Mm-hmm. He said he got sick. He was in the bed for 2.5 to 3 weeks. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't eat. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. All his cohorts went into a deep coma and died. I said, well, how did you survive? You know what he told me? I was drinking old-fashioned corn liquor. And you know what that alcohol did? It burned that virus out of his system. Burned that virus out of his system. A lot of people died. I had to take my dad to the hospital one time, a Catholic hospital in Norfolk. And I was talking to the, I want you to go to med school. Thomas Jefferson Medical School in the heart of downtown Philadelphia. Teaching hospital, just like Strong over here. He said, every med student that goes to that college has to learn about the pandemic of 1918. Boston, New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., people were just dying exponentially. And we didn't have the knowledge we have now. Now, because of advances in medical research, there is a vaccination. And by the way, this is a new way of vaccinating. Normally, when you take a smallpox, chicken pox, you take a real minute amount of the virus
and put it in your system.
And your immune system builds up against that. That's called DNA. Now it's called RNA, where the vaccination triggers a cell response to the virus. So medicine has greatly improved, okay? So take the vaccination.
But let me just, because I want to stay here with this right quick. You see, vaccinated people are testing positive and can spread it to others, but unvaccinated people remain at
extremely high.
With the vaccinated who get COVID, they experience limited symptoms and don't have to go to the hospital.
True.
So if you do get it, you don't got to go to the hospital.
You got an immune system.
Now, the biggest unvaccinated population, obviously, is young children. They can spread the virus to adults and elderly individuals who are vulnerable and can experience the most severe symptoms. Federal regulations still have not approved the vaccination for children under the age of 12. Okay, young children more than 20% of the population in zip code 14605. As of July, zip codes 14621 has over half of its population vaccinated with the first dose at 50.9 rate. Neighboring 14613 and 05 have an even lower rate at 42.2 and 49.7 respectively. Zip code 1.617.
That's over the north side of town.
Check this out, over 80% of first doses, despite being located next to the other two neighborhoods. Interesting. Zip code 14541 on Romulus has the lowest rate in the state What are they doing in Romulus?
That's where that military base was there.
27% of the population in that region. That's now you damn yahoos need to quit. Now you EHIs need to stop that bullshit.
That's near Seneca Falls.
That's what. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. It says the Finger Lakes regions
Right, the Finger Lakes.
of the rural areas throughout Seneca,
True.
Wyoming, and Livingston County reflect similar rates. The reason for the low rates differ with each community. Zip code 14614 currently rates at the lowest in Monroe County, with just 29% of the people. What the hell is wrong with Jews? What the shit? Okay. Difference among zip codes could be attributed to a combination of accessibility, trust, barriers, historical barriers. Okay, you know what? All right, let me stop right there. Called Woosah. And I'll say it again because I have to repeat what I said before. If your parents was astute enough to get your ass vaccinated,
to keep you alive.
Today to make this stupid ass decision. We're gonna take a quick break. Sean, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yep. And we be right back on the main radio.
Because I'm losing it.